Creating custom transitions does not require mask modifiers. For more on this, it's time for a closer look at using the new Blender for video editing.
Dum, 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 dum.
Hello, and welcome to another session on using the new Blender for video editing. We've talked a lot in the past few sessions on how you can use any strip as a mask modifier to either just show or hide content, but also to act as a transition, a custom transition. But you know what? That's not actually required. There are other ways to do it. So I'm going to start by just playing this video strip because this is effectively what we are going to create in this video. It's a transition that I really like. Let me just use the arrow keys and let me make this bigger too. I'm going to bring that up, and then I'm just going to step through it, and you can see it starts off by having this line going across, and then on left and right side there's these image panels that come in and they form together. They come together to form the full title, and then there's some fancy effects, nice graphics happening here, and then everything separates out eventually. And there you go. So it starts separating out, and you are back with the proper video content. Okay, so this is what we're going to show in this video, how we can create something like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and switch over to this scene. This scene has pretty much that animation that we just saw. Let me jump to the beginning, and I will step through it so we can see how it looks. We've got a few things here. I'll just use the arrow keys again, and we can see, so here is that white line, and then we've got the left and right pieces that come together. From the clip of a closer look, this was where there would have been a whole bunch of additional animations, which I'm not doing here. But then once we get to this part, this is where everything kind of comes undone. So those panels on the left and right start backing away, and then that white line disappears too, and then that's it. So we can apply these, and then we can switch the content underneath, behind the scenes, and then once these things go away, then we're looking at the new content. Now, how did this work? It was all just image work mostly. I had designed this, and then I basically cut it into pieces. So here you can see I have two image strips. This is the right one, so you can see here it is. So it's pretty much just that piece of it as its own image, which all I had to do was slide it in, right, and then slide it out. So same thing on the left side. This is the left piece of it, so it slides in, and then it stays there, and then it slides out. The hardest part was actually the line, which I tried doing as just a color bar. Probably would have been easier just to have it as also an image that I could just animate, but for whatever reason I started off with a color bar, which I then applied a transform to turn it sideways, and like we saw with the A Closer Look clip, we bring it up, and then it stays there, and then we make it go away. So all those things combined gives us our full transition effect. And the fun thing about this is that I built all of this inside of a scene. This scene here that I called Final A Content. And we can just use this scene as the transition. So watch this. I have this other scene here where I've got actual content. So I have this video of Cookie Monster down over here. I've got this video, again, the same clip actually from A Closer Look. And here is the scene. So I just had to add it in. Let me redo it. So I will get rid of this. And I will go to Add, Scene, and I picked that scene where I had built out the transition effect. So that's it there, but it got added to the bottom. So let's bring that up. I'm going to press G and then press Y to lock on the Y-axis and bring it up. Now, this is the video sequence editor, so I have to go over into the settings here and change it from input to sequencer. And the other thing I need to do is scroll down a bit under compositing and change that from cross to overdrop. So there we go. And now let me just step through this and you can see it's going to be that effect. So we have that line and then the left and right coming in, and then absolutely nothing happens until more like over to here. And then everything starts coming away, and we've already switched over to the other content, right? The Cookie Monster video stopped right there, and then we started with a closer look. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And of course, it doesn't actually have to be in a scene. The advantage of putting it in a scene is that if you created a really nice transition and you want to use it multiple times in your project, then yeah, you can add it at every single point, and it'll be that exact same transition effect that you can continue to use. But you could also put all of that stuff right inside the same scene that you want to use it in. It's also possible to set this up as a meta strip. So that's it. How you can use normal animations to create transition effects without touching the mask modifiers at all. So hope you did like that. If you did, please do give a like and subscribe so you can see more content when it comes. Thanks, and bye now.